like, were on the property at one point in time.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Theory behind it. So you got Biles and Smith, that's where Emmett is. And then Trail, that's where Begonias is, it was torn down. And
Yeah.
of course, Franklin's is still there, and then the Brown Hotel.
So when Steve did Davis the inside of our, we did kind of like a open house.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen that one.
Sean, are you ready? It's 10 o'clock. I'm Michael Griffith, Chair of the McMinnville Historic Zoning Commission. At this time, we'll call the meeting to order, and the Chair would entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the October 1st meeting.
So moved.
We have a motion, we have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. On the agenda, you'll see item number 3, which is a COA for West Main Street signs. We got Brandon Wingate with us.
No, he's not here, but I am.
You step right on up. We'd rather see you than Brandon anyway, so. Tell us a little about what you got going on.
We're just trying to get signs to where we're visible.
Okay?
The only thing we have now is our logo on the window, which is in vinyl, that's it.
Okay.
We asked about the hanging signs, kind of like what the drug screening have on the awning, and we were told no by Brandon. We were all kind of throwing a fit. We gotta have some signs where we're noticeable. He said, well, at first we were told no, and then we were told we would have to talk to you guys about it.
Okay.
And then he had us send in our little rough draft of kind of what it would look like, and then he said, just show up here, so.
Gotcha.
Here we are.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Now, are these gonna be wall signs, or are they gonna be under the awning?
No, from what I'm understanding from him is they would be on the building, on the front. We were told no to the hanging on the awning.
I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah. I mean, if y'all would rather the hanging, whatever. We just need a sign.
How many is it? There's a bunch of,
Well, we were told there was only 6 that sent in for the thing, according to the text messages back and forth between Deb and Brandon. As far as I know, it's me and Cookies by Brax. That's the only 2 that I know of for sure. I know Chantilly's had said she was going to, but then she texted me this morning and said she did not think she was.
And I'm sorry, which sign are you?
The Crafty Hut.
Gotcha. Okay. This.
Yes,
Got it.
yes.
yeah, because there's 8.
Yeah, and we just want to do simple. We just want
You should
our,
have 7 total, there's a couple that, there's
Different
possible
options.
designs.
I got
you. Okay,
Options on
gotcha.
that 7
yeah, I was
total.
gonna say, I don't know of everybody because they did not say, but I do know Cookies by Brax and myself. And like I said, Chantilly's had texted me this morning and said she did not think she was going to do one at the time, so.
So basically, up on the building, kind of like Paula's Dance Academy, is up there, Sean?
From what,
Yes, that's my.
yes, from what I'm understanding, yes. I know he said that whoever he talked to said 36 by 36, like a 3 foot by 3 foot. I think so, he said, somebody agreed to. So,
Staff recommendation.
I would recommend approval of that wall sign. I'd rather have that than all the hanging sites on the balcony.
Yeah, if you had 7 different
And you
hanging
would
signs
be,
under
you would
that
be cutting
awning.
them off from seeing them.
Sure.
Like that balcony too, having that really in that condense, so it meets all the guidelines.
And you said 3 by 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just saying, I called Custom Vinyl Signs when he told us we had to find out specifics, and that's what they had said that you guys had recommended anyway, so.
Okay. And it'd be a metal sign or probably
Yes,
wood
as far as
vinyl?
yeah.
Is it gonna be a problem for them to come back and get additional signs as their vendors?
So we just want to approve just the 2, Cookies by Brax and Crafty Hut?
That's what that's, I guess.
Sean, what's your guidance on that? Since all are.
You could approve them, there's a representative here, you have all the information
Okay.
to make an informed decision, so that'd be up to the board. You could approve the 7 and then.
Do you think-
If a company changed out and there was a different sign come back, then that would come back and obviously have to change on that. But
Do you think 7 signs up there is going to be too many?
it's gonna be a little push on there, but otherwise you're gonna have them on the side of the building going down, and it's not really gonna.
I was just saying, I know
indicate, so-
Brayden had said before he had asked about a mural or something on the side, and he was told no. So that's why he didn't even offer the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we can look at, and we can adjust the size down a little bit too, a little more comfortable
Yeah.
with that as far as all on that front and taking up that much space.
Do you have any idea how wide that storefront is across, just for that one, not the Paula's side?
70 feet, give or take.
Is that including Paula's?
No, I think that's not included.
That's
in that.
just
I think
the
that's
one?
just a little bit there.
As well.
Or no, that wouldn't include where tall is.
Okay, so it'd probably be about 35 then if it's,
Yeah,
because it's about
somewhere in
half.
there.
So if you're looking at 3 feet, that's about, that'd be 12 signs all the way across. So 7 would have a little bit of space in between each.
Sure, I was gonna say
Yeah.
that Sean will ask for your guidance on this in terms of the reg, but could the motion be something similar to, no more than 7 signs? We could approve no more than 7 signs, and then that each sign be appropriate in scale to the other signs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
as,
you
so,
want-
so, so as,
So all the signs would be
since
the
she's
same
here,
size.
she should get the benefit of having the largest sign up there, but that would eat
Yeah.
up the real estate of everybody else. So
Yeah.
the motion would be no more than 7 signs. It would be,
They're all the same
they would all
size.
be
Equally
similar,
sized.
equally sized.
Yeah.
How many
Just-
spaces are in the building? Are there more than 7? Hey, it's a big building.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
There's 7 businesses, 4 of them are hair salons that are only walk-in, or not walk-in, they're only client base.
Mhm.
They have their own established. The other 2 girls are leaving, so there's just Chantilly's, me, and Cookies by Brax would be the only retail.
But there's essentially 7 available
Mhm.
spaces, so that covers it.
Yeah. So if you'll just pass that communication on to
Okay.
Mr. Wingate, and the chair will entertain the motion to approve a total of no more than 7 signs that would all be equal in size,
Okay.
to not disenfranchise any other.
So moved.
I have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Uh,
Motion carries. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And a point of clarification on the mural, I believe that he could do a mural down the side of the building, but you with approval.
Right, with approval.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure what came about with that, so.
Mhm.
Yeah. I just didn't want misinformation to be you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
He
don't,
said that was a long time ago.
yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know that we.
Do we have any representatives from the Park Theater for a mural for Dottie West?
Yeah.
All right, come on up.
What's up?
How are you today?
Good, how you doing, man?
Fantastic.
All right, so we're applying for a grant to put a mural of Dottie West on the side of the Park Theater where Citizens Tri-County Bank is, on that side. It is 14 by 14.5 feet, so it's about 200 square feet in general. It's just a picture of Dottie West with kind of a lyric of hers on there that kind of embodies the Park Theater and Union Bill and whatnot. So we wanted to come to you guys to get approval before we applied for the grant, engage with muralists and everything, and start getting bids and quotes.
I think it's a wonderful idea, I guess, just, and it does not depend on the scope of this body, but just making sure you have the blessing of the family associated with that. If you ever got to that point, that's wonderful. It's great. Any questions?
I think it's great.
I think the only thing, we will be probably attaching a placard to it that kind of shows what the image came from, who did the mural,
Sure.
and a QR code for like Dottie West
That's great.
photography and stuff like that. So it's kind of more like a selfie wall
Mhm.
than a mural.
And
but
it's gonna be on the top of the wall, right? Or where's it gonna be at exactly?
It'll be street level.
Oh, okay, cool.
It'll be street level,
Okay.
kind of in that little alleyway.
I
so-
don't know, for some reason I thought when I,
So it's
It was-
opposing the Sedberry, where it says Sedberry on the one side.
Hotel.
and then
Hotel,
on the
hotel,
other,
yeah.
on the other side.
Right by the ATM, Citizens Tri-County's
Yep, yep.
ATM, so people can't take selfies there.
Yeah, so people can walk up and
Got
see
it.
it, take selfies, do
Got it.
whatever they want. But, yep, that's it.
Any other questions, comments? The chair would entertain a motion to approve the mural of Dottie West on the Park Theater.
So moved.
Do we have a second? We all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, appreciate it. All right, next on the agenda is Miss Jennifer for picnic tables in the Court Square area.
Alright, so I gave y'all pictures, our Main Street Board, we have some grant funding money from our downtown improvement grant. I think we're about 30,000. And we were gonna try to buy at least 5 benches that already match, 5 trash cans that already match our downtown stuff, but then the picnic tables, we wanted to try to buy 5 picnic tables. So the picture of these tree top products, I can't remember the name of this one, but, Northgate, is the ones that we've kind of come down to. We've looked at a bunch of different ones. I've also talked to Justin Scott and Parks and Rec and stuff, and we were thinking about like the ones that would actually match were so expensive and like 800 pounds. And so movability would be very great. So these, I think I gave you some of the specifics on these. I don't remember how much they were. way. But this is kind of what we came up with. I just want to know what y'all's opinion is. And then also, I mean, we would love to be able, wherever we can place them. I know that's gonna go to the full board to decide to downtown, so.
Yeah, they're 321 pounds versus 800.
I think they look great. I think y'all do a wonderful job. Y'all have good taste. I just want to make sure that there are some ADA options. I believe
Yeah.
I've seen one in
Yes,
there.
there
so
is. I think we're gonna buy 4 like this and then just one that's an ADA option.
That's great.
That was our plan.
Yeah, so one of the benches comes out for the ADA.
Oh, great,
Yeah.
great. Staff recommendations?
We don't have any concern with this, but like I said, we'll figure out the full placement exactly where they're gonna be placed with the, and all of them. At this point, we're looking at kind of more of the square area, we're not sure what the development of the lot's gonna be, so there's plenty of area there that they can be placed and it won't have any effect.
I think there was also discussion of potentially having umbrellas with them too, for
Okay.
some shade. when it's hot.
Yeah, there's an option that I gave y'all because I think it's kind of what they recommended, but
Great. Will these be maintained by the city or for your group or volunteers, or to be determined?
I guess, but
Yeah.
probably.
The city, how they
is
maintain
one
the
that-
current
yeah.
benches and the
Okay.
trash cans and stuff.
That would be my only thing, is a lot of times, you know, they get weathered and worn and things of that nature, and I know sometimes they need to be replaced, but obviously that would be cost of a concern, so. Any other questions?
I think it's a great idea, being right, hopefully it'll go right across from my office. And, but I'm glad they're heavy, just that way kids
Yeah,
can
you
move them
can't
around.
pick them up
I
and
think
carry
it'd
them
be-
off.
That's
We're
right.
just trying to be in the middle, you know, like, and we looked at a lot of normal park benches, they just didn't look fancy enough, but then, I remember us talking, I mean, it was like $6,000 for ones that matched what
Mhm.
stuff downtown, and then it was 800 some pounds, and so
Wow.
it's like,
Yeah.
we can't buy but 2 of those, and then, you know.
300 pounds you could move, like, two
Yeah.
people could scooch around, but
But they also, the weather would take them away, or kids.
And
would.
they do
Yeah.
match, the way the slats are, they do
Yeah.
match similar within the bench style, so they're close enough within the style of our current benches, but.
All right, Chair would entertain a motion to approve the approval of the picnic tables in the Court Square area for Main Street, McMinnville.
so moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. We're gonna have a little bit of an agenda adjustment, and at this time, we'd like to recognize Mr. Philip Smith for COAs on 200 West Cobble Street. How are you, Mr. Smith?
Good, are you?
Good. Tell us a little bit about what you got going on.
Well, we purchased the Sudbury Court apartment complex back in October of this year. And we've been working the last month and a half with existing tenants to raise rents and to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to keep their unit. Current time, we are going to be renting to existing tenants about $300 a month below current market rent, just to retain that because the rents were maintained low. And so we've retained roughly around 80% of the tenants. There was one individual that just said, I can find something cheaper. I said, good luck. And there was 2 other people that said, you know, we're gonna move into a separate place and, you know, go on. So we're currently renovating those apartments, new paint, new carpet flooring, that kind of thing to boost the rents. But we are also sticking to $950 a month for 2-bedroom, 1 bath, even to people who are not a part of the original rent roll. So that's taken up a lot of our time, but I did want to come and speak to the board today about doing some renovations to the building. Right now, I would say that our building is eyesore, might be a good description of it. And I can
You're
talk-
too harsh on yourself.
I can
It's
talk
not
about
nice.
my own building. I mean, people talk about my place over on Land Street, and I was like, well, thank you. But there are things we want to do. You know, it's not a part of this agenda, or this proposal, but I have been working with Stefan from Security Equipment, and we are going to put in the keypad locks. We're going to designate 2 exits, both on the side of Cobble Street and South Chancery, as fire exits, because right now they're wide open, anybody can access the building, and we need to take steps to make it safer. We're also going to be putting in surveillance on the perimeter and inside the hallways and at the doors, just to make the tenants, you know, more secure. It's a great place. Mr. Williamson did a fantastic job when he, you know, owned it, built it, ran it, and you know, it's a very nice, you know, place for people to live. But I'm realistic for 2024. We're seeing a lot of growth in the area, especially coming down I-24. So we just need to be proactive in that regard. But what we do want to do is some cosmetic additions. Did y'all have a copy of the?
We do.
So on activity one, replacement existing windows. The windows we've got now are extremely old. Most of them are fogging up, and there's some new technology in windows now that there wasn't there before. So what we'd like to do is we'd like to put in, probably, we're gonna end up going with a case window that, will open all the way. It's more stylish. We wanna try to get back to a 1920s type of style, on that corner, since Sudbury Hotel and Sudbury does have a history with the Mendel. We wanna try to go back to that particular type of architectural structure, or architectural design. And so we're looking at replacement windows. We're looking at the awnings over the 3 doors that will be on the radio station side and on the side of the Blue Building. The recreational area out front right now, we want to do a complete overhaul on it. Complete overhaul would be putting in places to sit, fire pits that would obviously conform to the city codes, working with Chris at Bill Tennessee Natural Gas to see if we could run gas lines underneath where it would be natural gas as opposed to propane or anything like that. There's more restrictions on it, but it's safer in the long run. Sectionals, picnic tables, we're gonna do some concrete planters where we put some landscape out on the area. We're gonna redo the area in like a river rock and have some pavers put in. So, talking with the residents, their biggest complaint about that area is that if I go out there in my nightgown, everybody sees me. And I'm like, I understand.
Sure.
And I don't want to sit out there either. But we're going to do some lighting updates in the building to bring some accent lighting to the building at night. That area that corner's pretty dark at night. We're going to be putting in a security light for the parking lot between the Gibson building and the apartment complex. Worked with John Blanc on that, getting that installed on the pole. We're also working with Public Works to get a light on the pole across the street from the building, shining that back parking lot, and then the accent lighting will add a nice touch. And then finally, the balcony. We're going to access from upstairs a balcony that will allow just additional living area or recreational area for the residents. We're interested in this because it gives you kind of a downtown feel. My development over on Main Street, the rooftop patios, people love it. You're really trying to market to a specific person. You do something like that to resell, but being up there and being able to relax on fall days, spring days, that kind of thing outside, it's really fantastic. So we're looking
Phil,
at
is this a flat roof? Is Sudbury a flat roof?
Yes.
Okay.
But what we'll do is we'll cut a hole in the wall where the existing sign is.
Okay.
And their door will access the balcony over top of where the.
So it'd be a second floor balcony, not a
Yes.
rooftop.
Gotcha.
And so people can go out there, they can sit. We're gonna have it wrap around the side of the building where we've got the corner, you can look at the water tower, you can see the mountains. And it, for the current residents, it's gonna be fantastic, but it will also help us recruit the kind of residents we want in the future because of the amenities the building has to offer, so.
Good stuff. Just probably a little bit outside of the scope of this board, but just in terms of your rules and regulations, not really a HOA per se, but to avoid, them from placing any signs or things like that on that balcony. I'm sure you're gonna have some pretty good restrictions on your tenants in terms of what they would do, but that would just be a, kind of a point of clarification because when we get into these rooftops and balconies, I'm all for them. I think it's great, and I think you'll do the right thing, but if you could kind of make that a part of your overall, should you ever sell the building, that they maintain a little bit of control over tenants in terms of any signage or things,
Right.
We don't want anybody, kind of drying their laundry out there on the balcony, if you will, so.
No, sir.
That can happen on the west side of Main Street, that happens from time to time.
We're actually working with our real estate attorney out of Mercer.
Good.
And it's not like you're saying, it's not like a condo or an HOA per se, but there are gonna be restrictions that we're gonna put in place, and that way, if it ever does change ownership, that these are
Great.
in place, we're gonna have them recorded, we'll take care
what about your building signage on activity 6? Anything different on the signage?
We're gonna replace the signage that's there now, we're gonna put some signage on the retaining wall. I kinda left that up, I included it here, but I kinda would like to leave that up to, maybe a future meeting once
Sure.
it's done. My brother is designing
Yep.
some things that kinda go with the old Sarah Hotel.
Love it.
Kinda brings a little bit of history back. And so, before we do that, I'd like to come back to you and full disclosure that before putting it up. But right now, I can tell you that we're looking at putting some signage on the retaining wall. It would be kind of the three-dimensional letters. And if we can put a little bit of lighting behind it, just to light it up at night, we will, but we're gonna do some there, and then there probably will be something on the Chancery Street side. It'll be a wall sign, but I'll bring more details to you.
Understood. So it sounds like the request today is COAs for windows, awnings, balcony, the retaining wall, some lighting, and landscaping. Staff recommendation?
Yeah, so when we come, windows, they're gonna be very similar to what's there, just gonna be more up-to-date, more efficient. It'll be similar size and still nature on that, staff recommendation. The awnings, there's, similar to the other awnings, they're gonna be small, but just go over the door, provide that weather protection for here and there. These other guidelines, staff recommendation. I did talk to Philip a little bit on the balcony. I don't have any concern from the historic standpoint. The material may change a little bit. He had tracks on there just from the building and fire code side. There's certain requirements that got to be met, so there might be just a little bit adjustment there. But as far as the balcony, staff would recommend approval on that. The retaining walls on that back side to kind of get that little area for them to hang out on that back side and do that landscaping, all that. The lighting would give an accent and network security. It's a little more up to date, but it's kind of a hodgepodge on lights through there and different times through the area. I wouldn't have any concerns there. Landscaping, none of the prohibited materials are going to be used. It will enhance it.
On the retaining wall, is it going to be, block and like stucco, like what the building is now?
It's gonna be block. Right now, we're looking at doing a brick.
Oh, okay.
And maybe I'm working with my brick supplier on maybe bringing like an older, like a more of a retro style brick,
Mhm.
kind of let it fit in with some of the surrounding
Cool.
bricks.
Okay.
So what we'd like to do is try to tie into the area. We don't really want a blue or purple building or anything like that,
Understood.
but anyway, so that's what we're trying to do is we're trying to just improve this aesthetics. Something that Sean, I know this is about this, something that Sean and I talked about was the ingress egress on the windows. Currently, they're not meeting fire code. That's why we want to go with these windows that open out, and that would get us certain fire code.
It's great.
Yeah.
Phil, we appreciate your continued investment in McMillan and Warren County. I think it's a fabulous project. It's going to look really good, as most of your projects always do, and it'll be a nice addition to that corner as people come into downtown. So the chair.
How many units are in the apartment? I was just curious how many units were there.
There's 11, 2 3-bedrooms, 8 2-bedrooms, and then 1 bedroom that is on the corner where it kind of L shapes there, and it's a 2-story unit. And I mean, that unit there with the extra space is actually giving us an idea for year 2, 3 down the road about something we can do to bring mixed use into the area, but
Great.
that'll be another headache for him.
The chair would entertain a motion to approve the COAs as submitted for 200 West Cobble Street.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Congratulations. Thank you, Phil.
And just to clarify, that excluded the sign, correct?
Correct.
Yes, excluded the signs.
Any staff updates, and then we'll circle back to the mural on 228 East Morford Street.
I don't have anything on staff.
Okay. All right, for information only, since we'll be lacking a quorum, Raven, if you want to update us about the mural on East Morford Street.
So, through Main Street McMinnville, we received a partial grant to do a mural on the retaining walls of the parking lot addition we had. So the facades that I'm proposing to paint there would actually be historical buildings that were on the property at one point in time. Biles and Smith Trail, of course, Fraley's, Brown Hotel, and then of course the center panel with Main Street Center there. So, like I said, we just received a partial grant to be able to do it, so.
Understood. I'd lend my support to that. Ben, you have any comments?
Great.
All right, we don't have a quorum, but next time we do, that just kind of gives Sean he can pass it on to the other board members. So, anything else to come before the meeting today? All right, we stand adjourned. Thank y'all.
Planning and zoning change commission, there's High Street's getting on pushback on, who's on that?
Oh, yeah?
High Street.
High Street.
Oh, yeah.
But it's at a different entrance, it isn't, it exits onto Faulkner